After I was kidnapped, my family was practically relieved. The kidnappers had gotten the wrong person. My older brother, Lucas, the one they meant to snatch, had escaped. When the police rescued me, blood was seeping from almost every pore, but I didn't cry, didn't make a sound. I was diagnosed with emotional apathy. No emotions. I could no longer feel sad about anything happening around me. I felt freer than I had ever been. But later, they all regretted it. They cried, begging me to go back to my old self. The moment I was discharged from the hospital, I returned to a house that was eerily silent. My entire family had moved out behind my back. It wasn't until I called the property manager that I found out they had already settled into a new mansion and I was the only one they hadn't bothered to tell. I limped to the new address, dragging my injured leg. When I pushed the door open, the sounds of laughter and clinking silverware at the dining table instantly died into an awkward hush. Nobody thought to mention a move this significant to me. Mrs. Davis spoke up with total nonchalance. Her excuse was that Lucas had been having nightmares lately, and she felt the old house had bad energy. She spoke with such casual indifference, as if she were discussing tonight's side dish, completely ignoring the fact that my face was still wrapped in thick white bandages. "Since you're back, sit down and have a bite," she said. But every single dish on the table was prepared specifically to Lucas's tastes. As I struggled to move toward the table, not a single person looked my way or even seemed to care. In the past, this would have felt like a knife to the heart. But now, I didn't feel a single spark of emotion. Lucas leaned in with a sycophantic look on his face, even making up some excuse about being too scared to visit me in the hospital. Mr. Davis was quick to play peacemaker, essentially demanding that I, the victim, show more understanding toward my younger brother. After all, I was the one who had actually suffered through the ordeal of the kidnapping, yet there he was, smiling with that innocent, carefree look. Hyman has always been the tough one. His skin is much thicker than mine, my father said as he dropped a shrimp into my bowl. I stared at the shrimp and set my utensils down without a word. Not a single person in my immediate family remembered that I am severely allergic to seafood. That's right, my name is Hyman, the jinx of the family, the outsider they shipped off to a remote town just to be rid of me. It wasn't until my grandparents passed away that they reluctantly brought me back to the city. I thought I was finally coming home to a family's love. Instead, on the afternoon I was snatched, Lucas used the excuse of a bathroom break to leave me behind. The kidnappers mistook me for Lucas, and my parents flatly refused to pay the ransom. I spent 3 days trapped in a dark room, enduring mistreatment and hunger, living through a nightmare that felt like it would never end. The second the police burst through the door, I fought to see who was waiting for me. I quickly realized there was no one there, at least, no one I wanted to see. My throat felt tight, but I couldn't shed a single tear. The doctor eventually diagnosed me with a rare form of emotional detachment. Back at the dinner table, everyone continued to treat me like I was invisible. I sat there quietly, took a napkin, and elegantly wiped my fingertips. "Which room am I staying in tonight?" Mrs. Davis's face stiffened for a moment before she regained her cold composure, claiming the guest room hadn't been cleaned yet. Lucas jumped in again, playing the good guy while subtly implying that I was being high maintenance. Did I say a single word of complaint from start to finish? I set the napkin down slowly, my voice so flat it lacked even a hint of a tremor. I dragged my exhausted body up the stairs.